when your heart hurts, sometimes you just need a little bit of help from the Love Doctors. Online on the Be on the Playhouse page at 194.com is where we type these up and submit them, and we read them a time or two a week here on the show. Love Doctors, you are the Love Gurus. My husband has been pushing the idea of an open marriage. Now, it's not something we'd ever discussed before, and I never really had any interest in it, but he got me drunk the other night and tried to get me to agree to it over some wine. He says that for really the whole duration of our marriage, he'd never been able to imagine himself with another woman, and I thought, I guess I never assumed that you could, but he said that he has a lot of friends that are open marriages, and he hears it's the hot new thing and thinks it might actually bring us closer. I don't really know what to make of this or why it seems like it came out of thin air. I don't really want to agree to it, but I guess I don't know. Is this a sign that there's something weird going on? I feel like every time somebody says something like this, I want to be like, yeah, kind of. It probably is.
Trust your gut, though. The fact that you don't feel comfortable with it, do not do it. Don't do it to try to make the other person happy. I don't like that he did it like he got you drunk and then tried to convince you. I think
That's
now,
so weird.
Once you're sober, you guys talk and say, listen, I don't know if you remember bringing this up, and maybe it was just like a drunk thing and he really doesn't mean it, but say, I don't feel comfortable with it. And if that's something you truly want, I think there's other things we need to look at in this marriage.
Yeah, a lot of people do it. Works for a lot of people, but both people want to do it. Have to want to do it. That's the only way that works. Love Doctors, you're the Love Gurus. I feel like my family's forcing me to choose between them and my boyfriend, and I feel torn. I'm 24, and I was the first to leave the nest, and I think it's been hard on my family. The boyfriend and I have been together for a little over a year, and we plan to get engaged next year, and we've made no secret about that. My family's not crazy about him, but I don't really care, but they try to exclude him from family events. And my natural inclination is always to obviously side with him. Well, my family was planning a family cruise. My parents were going to pay for everybody, siblings, significant others, whatever. Well, I have a situation where I wanted to bring my soon-to-be fiance, and they said even if he were to pay his own way, he's not allowed. So then I told my family that I'm not going on the trip then, and now everybody's mad at me. He's mad at them for so blatantly trying to exclude him, and they're mad at me for not going on the family cruise. I don't know how to make this better.
I like, though, the fact that you said he'll pay his own way, though, and the family now is saying that's still not okay. No, then that's where you kind of have to cut ties. They don't want him there. Then say, you don't want him there. He's a part of my life. Mm-hmm. That's upsetting to me, and say, so I will not be joining you guys on this trip.
I agree. I think you're handling it 100% the proper way. You have a person that you plan to spend the rest of your life with. Your family's trying to throw a wrench in things. Then, if he's invited, I'll be there. If he's not invited, I won't be there, whether that's this cruise or a family get-together or Christmas. And you know what's going to happen? Eventually, they're going to, hopefully, wise up and things will, get better. And if it's a matter of, we're going to wait till you guys are engaged. We're going to wait till you're married.
That's weird, though.
Fine, we're engaged. Yep, we're engaged. Where's the ring? Yeah, we're going to buy it later. Yeah, we're engaged. We're getting married. You already know you're spending your life together.
Yeah, and unless you keep being persistent and say, if I'm going on this trip, he is coming with me. We both will pay our own ways. We want to be here with the family, but the fact that you guys don't want him and he is going to be who I want to start a family with and he's going to be a part of this family, you guys either need to let him come or I will not be attending.
And finally today, Love Doctors, you're on the Love Gurus. My fiance and I listen to you every morning, thanks. And we need you guys to settle this argument. We're getting married this coming summer. And I told him I wanted to get rid of something. He has this chair. It's a recliner that he got for Christmas some years ago from his ex-fiance. And I've never liked this woman at all. And I'm so happy that they broke up so we could get together. Well, he's always kept this chair. And my problem with it is it's from her. I don't like it. Well, we're getting married. And I think it's finally time that we go ahead and get rid of her chair. And he says, no, it's my favorite chair. It's nothing to do with her. I just like sitting in it. I've even offered to buy him a new chair, and he's almost offended. Who's writing this?
Okay, I know it's petty, but I'm taking her side. I also don't like the idea because it's something that clearly bothers you. You know it's from the ex, and while he sees it just as a chair, and he probably doesn't think of his ex when he sits in it, you do.
It's like I'm sitting on her.
Ew, and then it's going to be a constant reminder. Every time you guys come into the house, you're going to see that chair, but really you're seeing her face and it bothers you. You just need to explain that to him and say, I know you like this chair and you don't think of her when you sit in it or when you see it, but I do. And I'd appreciate it. And if you can afford it, I'll buy you a complete same new chair. But I don't want this one in the house.
I do think we're overreacting about the chair a bit. I do think it would help your case if in that speech that you just said, you maybe even said, I recognize it's irrational.
Yeah.
Because it is. It's a little irrational. It is just a chair. He's probably got some sweatshirt, too, that you bought him, too. That you probably
Don't even say that.
But it'll just burn everything. Burn everything.
Burn the house down.
I do think that if the chair goes, you owe him a much better chair that is like an improvement even, so that it's really sold to him why it's, this is a better chair anyway. Because there's nothing worse than you got this perfect chair. Oh, and it's formed to your buttocks, and it's just that perfect chair for you to sit in, and then somebody replaces it with one that's better looking. Because, a lot of times those, kind of fashiony, this looks really nice in here chairs, they're not cozy.
Yeah.
You need to get him a good, cozy chair that's arguably better than the one he has. That will help sell it.
I agree with that, too. Yeah, if you're going to buy a new one, it has to be an improvement. But what if you spun it this way? You're getting married. You're going to have a house together. We're going to buy new furniture. And that really doesn't fit in with the new house. But out of these, what do you like? And give them some choices.
I don't think that's a terrible, terrible idea. You're going to have to probably, I think, take some admission over the fact that you recognize that you're asking for something kind of silly. But the way you're saying thank you for him taking it seriously is with a nicer chair.
Someone says women overthink everything. It's just a chair. Waste of money to buy a new one if he loves that one. But yes, we overthink. And I think we are aware of that and we're conscious of it. But it's still something that bothers us.
Best case scenario, you offer up a really nice chair. He takes advantage of it. Worst case scenario, oops, how did I spill that all over there and destroy that chair?